Are you confused about all of the accounts listed here on the left side of your Quicken screen? Today I'll walk you through everything you need to know about the Accounts Bar so that you can navigate Quicken like a pro. If you find this video helpful, please be sure to subscribe and check out the link below for a discount on Quicken. And also stay tuned for a tip on how you can get 5% back on all of the fuel that you purchase. That's more than you can get with your Sheets discount card. So what is the Accounts Bar? The Accounts Bar in Quicken is your master view of all of your financial accounts. Think of it as your command center. You'll find it over here on the left side of your screen when you first install Quicken. Let's take a look at the account categories here, and depending on what version of Quicken that you have, these may be different. Let's start with our first category. Here's our banking, and the way it's set up is you have your checking accounts here at the top. These are your assets, savings accounts, and then down below your liabilities would be your credit cards and other such accounts that you have. Next, there's your property and debt. That would include a home that you own, any escrow accounts that you have set up for payment, property taxes, and insurance. If you would have vehicles in here, recreational vehicles, boats, maybe you have those. Again, those are the assets down below, and the red are your liabilities. So it would be loans against those assets, and you scroll down here. If you have the rental property version, you'll have this category. It's set up basically the same as the personal accounts. You have your banking checking accounts, savings accounts for your assets, and down below, any credit cards would be liabilities. Then under property and debt would be your rental properties, the values of those properties first of all. Then also it would include any escrow impounds that you have set up for those for paying those taxes and insurance. So there would be your assets, and down below your liabilities. These will be the loans against those properties. Also, you would have a security deposit liability as well, if you're collecting security deposits from tenants. Business loans are down here as well. And then there's the business category. If you have that, you'd use this for a small business or a side hustle. And you'd have checking accounts set up here. We don't have a savings account for this business. And underneath that we have our property and debt, which for this small business would be lawnmowers. These would be the values of the mowers, and if they had any loans against them, which they don't because we own them all free and clear now. But if they did, that they would be down below. Then there's the separate group, as you can see here. These would be accounts that you don't want to have included in your net worth for whatever reason. Then of course, very last down here is the net worth. That's if you up and croak and everything that you own is sold and all of your liabilities are paid for, this would be what your value would be, or how much cash you would have from all of that. And of course, this is all completely dependent on the market, what you're going to get for your house and all that, so take that value for what it's worth. So why are these accounts grouped this way? Because this can really help you when it comes time to do your taxes. You want to keep your accounts, your personal accounts, separate from your business accounts. I can't stress that enough. It is so important to keep these completely separate so that you don't have problems when tax time comes. So let's talk a little bit about how you can customize this accounts bar. The first thing you can do is minimize these groups by clicking on this little caret. I think it's what that's called. And you can minimize them to whichever ones you want to look at. And then you can also right click, of course, and that'll expand all the accounts to bring them all back into view. and for whatever reason, you may want to reorder these. To do that, you right-click, go down to Rearrange Accounts, and now you can actually pick these up and drag them around if you want to move them around. They have to stay in their subcategory though. You can't move a credit card up into a checking account or vice versa. But let's say you wanted to move one of the accounts here. You wanted to move this one closer, or like we have our Lowe's, our Home Depot, and Menards. You might want to have those in order with each other. Maybe you use this card more than others. You can move this all the way up to the top here. It just helps you to keep it organized for your use. Then when you're done organizing, you can click Done, or you can hit Reset to put them back to the last previous save. If you're more comfortable, you can actually move the accounts bar over to the right side by clicking Edit Preferences, and then under Navigation, show accounts bar on right. You just click on that and it moves it over there. Just personal preference, I like to keep mine on the left. If you want to see the cents in the accounts bar, you can do that as well. I personally don't like to see that. I just like to round everything off to the nearest dollar. It's simpler, cleaner, and easier to calculate in my head for things. So that's how you would change that. Here are some tips for organizing your accounts. One thing you want to do is keep inactive accounts hidden, especially if you have a lot of credit card accounts or bank accounts, because this bar can get really cluttered. If it's an account you don't use maybe once a year or so, there's really no sense in keeping it here in this bar. So let's say this credit card here is one you don't use very often. You can right-click on it, click Edit/Delete Account, then over to the Display Options tab, you check the box that says Hide Account Name, and Account Bar, Account List, then click OK, and notice how it disappeared. Now you can still find it by just going down to More Accounts and clicking Abound Federal Credit Union, and then you come right back to it, and you can use it just as you would any other time. It, again, just helps you to declutter this accounts bar. Now let's say you want to bring it back when you're on the account here. Go over to this little gear, the Actions gear, you click on that, go back to the Edit Account Details. This brings you back to the same window that we started with. Display Options, Hide, you want to uncheck that and click OK, and it brings it right back to where it was. Oh, incidentally, that tip I told you I was going to give you here, saving 5% on your gas, this is at the Abound Federal Credit Union. This is a credit union out of Kentucky. My husband stumbled on this credit card several years ago. They give 5% back for every dollar spent. So if you do the math, 5 cents on the dollar, it really adds up, especially if you use a lot of gas. If you're a business, for instance, like my husband's lawn care company, you get a lot of cash back for that. And this is a credit union out of Kentucky. But you don't have to live in Kentucky in order to get this credit card. You just have to open up a savings account with them and deposit $5. I did that when I first applied for the card, and you just keep $5 in there. You don't have to add to it or anything, but as long as you keep that savings account open, you can apply for this credit card and get the benefits of it. Doesn't matter what state you're in. So there's my tip for this video on how to save 5% on your gas. So going back to our organization here, I want to keep inactive accounts hidden, group related accounts for clarity. Maybe your home improvement cards, you want to keep those together, your gas cards, city cards, or frequently used ones. You move those up to the top, hide all the others that you don't use often. You can also rename these accounts by right-click Edit, and here you can type in here if you want to change the name. Maybe you want to see Lowe's instead of the credit card company Synchrony Lowe's. Or maybe you just want to see Synchrony. Whatever you want to do with it. So again, why is the accounts bar so important? Because it's your master view of all of your financial accounts. You can see all the categories of your banking property and debt and business. You can customize it to fit your needs, and you can use it to organize your accounts. If this video helped you understand the accounts bar in Quicken, please give it a like and subscribe for more Quicken tips. And don't forget, grab your Quicken discount link below in the description.